process because there's going to be a lot of layers of paint. So it's probably going to take me, my guess would be 4 or 5 days. But I will show you because it's going to be a really simple, really easy, really inexpensive way to add some really cute decor to a little boy's room. So I cut some larger pieces of palette. Some of them are a lot thinner, the same size, and I did 4 of them. I believe there are 4 turtles. I'll have to double check. And then I have some black paint. I hope I have enough left to paint all of the pieces. So I'm just gonna paint them solid black for now. It doesn't even have to be like completely covered, as long as the edges are, because the center is where the turtles are going to be and they're going to be green, so we're going to be painting over it anyway. But I sanded them smooth so that way it's easier to paint on, because they're not smooth and you try to draw a straight line, it gets really bumpy and you'll get really aggravated. So take the extra time, sand it really well. Definitely worth it.
It's okay if you have paint on you. If you want to go into the sprinkler, you can, and wash off your hands, or you can wash it off if you
Okay everybody, so what I did was I found a very simplistic picture that I wanted to copy, and I drew it in pencil on the palette, and now I'm going to go in and paint it. So I said I was going to show you a really easy way to do this, and my suggestion would be to print it and then cut out the different segments like a puzzle and then trace them on. You can even cut out like the eye shapes and the mask separately and then draw it and paint it, and it would make it a lot easier. I gave it a try freehand. I think it came out pretty good, so I'm very happy with it, so I'm going to leave it as is. I'll try the other ones freehand. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't, and if I have a hard time with the others, I will show the method of actually cutting it out after I print it. Alright, so I did 2 coats of the green. It's probably going to need a third, but I'm going to wait for it to completely dry before I do that. Just keep in mind that you want to try to keep your edges as clean as possible along here, because I'm leaving that black. But the other edges, as far as like inside the face, it's going to get a black outline, so you don't have to be so crazy about it. You just want to make sure you maintain the right shape. Just so you know what color green I'm using a, oh sorry, totally way off. It doesn't want to focus. Grass green. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's hard to do this with one hand. Grass green paint. So I think I got it at Walmart. Very cheap. And I double check with Andrew to make sure it's the right color, since if you know Andrew at all, you know that this is kind of right up his alley. Alright, so for the eyes, I found it a lot easier to use one of the paint markers because of the curve in it. We're going to do a few more coats on the orange. I'm kind of upset because the orange is kind of like chunky, so I'm going to try a couple of coats, and if not, I may have to run out and buy some more orange paint. Alright everybody, so now I'm going to outline everything with a black permanent marker. You can use one of the paint markers, but I find that if you touch other paint, sometimes it'll pick it up or smudge it. I found that with the white, if I accidentally touch the orange, it pulls orange into the eyes. So I definitely recommend a permanent marker versus the paint marker, but I guess maybe if you have a more expensive paint marker, that won't happen. I don't know. So I even outlined where you can't really see it on the edges where it was already black, but it gave it like a nice, crisp, sharp edge, as opposed to where you painted it and you could kind of see like it wasn't exactly straight, because you know it's hard to paint exactly straight. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go back in and add those details that we had drawn in with the pencil but had painted over. Alright, so that's after adding in some of the detail with the marker, and now I just have to add in the white in the eye and it'll be all done. So I'll show you what that looks like. So that's after adding the white in, and then Makenzie had pointed out to me yesterday that his nose and cheek weren't quite right. The nose isn't supposed to go all the way down because that would give him a really big nose. So I just painted over that black line, and I'll let it dry, and after it's dry I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, Alright, so this is Michelangelo done. So now I just have to do 3 others, but I won't bore you with dragging out the video while watching me make 3 others. I did find this idea on Pinterest. I will put the link to that in the comments so that way you guys can see where I got the inspiration from and you guys can get some ideas of your own. Alright, have a blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks everyone.